Ashoka the Great stands as a towering figure in ancient Indian history, his life a tapestry woven with conquest, reflection, remorse, and spiritual rebirth. Born into the Mauryan dynasty, Ashoka was the grandson of the legendary Chandragupta Maurya, who first united much of India under one rule. From a young age, Ashoka was molded for leadership, intelligent, relentless, and ambitious. His early years were marked by a fascination with the art of war and the mechanisms of power, values befitting a prince destined for the throne of one of the largest empires of his time. When Ashoka ascended the throne around 268 BCE, the Mauryan Empire was already expansive. Yet Ashoka's ambitions pushed its boundaries further, and his early reign was characterized by an unyielding quest for more territory. Ashoka was known for his strict measures, his spy networks, and his ruthless methods to eliminate opposition. Under his command, the Mauryan military grew in might, becoming one of the most formidable forces of the ancient world. It was in the 8th year of his rule that Ashoka's path took a fateful turn, altering not only his destiny, but also the course of Indian history itself. His gaze fell upon Kalinga, a prosperous region on the eastern coast, renowned for its independence and defiance. The Kalinga War began as a campaign of imperial ambition, but it soon became a crucible that would test and forever transform Ashoka's soul. The war was as swift as it was brutal. Armies clashed in desperate combat, and Kalinga's valiant resistance only fueled the ferocity of the conflict. When the dust settled, the cost was unimaginable. Over 100,000 lives lost, countless others wounded or displaced, and a land once thriving now scarred by devastation. Victory, however, brought no joy. As Ashoka surveyed the battlefield, surrounded by the silent witness of the fallen, a profound sense of sorrow gripped him. The emperor, once hardened by years of conquest and power, was now confronted with the harrowing reality of his actions. The anguish of the widows, the plight of orphaned children, and the wails of the bereaved pierced his conscience. This experience forced Ashoka into honest self-examination. For the first time, he asked himself whether true greatness could be built atop mountains of suffering and rivers of blood. Unable to quiet the pain in his soul, Ashoka found himself at a crossroads. In search of solace and meaning, he turned to the teachings of the Buddha, the enlightened one who had lived and taught just a few centuries earlier. Buddhism, with its profound emphasis on compassion, non-violence, and the pursuit of inner peace, offered Ashoka a new vision of leadership. He embraced its moral tenets, not in secrecy or mere words, but in deliberate, public action. Ashoka vowed to renounce war as a means of expansion, resolving never again to seek power through violence. This commitment was more than a personal transformation. It became the guiding philosophy of his rule. Ashoka enshrined Buddhist principles at the very heart of empire, championing values such as kindness, respect for all living beings, and religious tolerance. Where once he had been a terrifying conqueror, he now strove to be a benevolent father to his people. He ordered the construction of hospitals for both humans and animals, the establishment of free rest houses and wells for travelers, and the plantation of shade-giving trees across the land. These measures, simple in intent but profound in impact, greatly improved the lives of his subjects and set new standards of governance in the ancient world. Yet Ashoka's transformation did not stop at home. Determined to share the message of peace, he sent emissaries and Buddhist missionaries far and wide, across the Indian subcontinent, to Sri Lanka, Nepal, Central Asia, and even the Hellenistic kingdoms to the west. Through their journeys, the teachings of the Buddha reached new lands, inspiring generations to come and establishing Buddhism as a major world religion. The ripple effects of Ashoka's vision are still felt today, wherever the Dharma, the path of truth and compassion, is followed. In his own empire, Ashoka sought to bridge divisions, urging unity and mutual respect among different communities, faiths, and social classes. He codified his values and policies in a series of edicts, meticulously carved into stone pillars and rock faces situated throughout the land. These edicts of Ashoka, written in a language accessible to all, did not glorify war or demand submission. Instead, they called for ethical behavior, nonviolence, gratitude, generosity, and harmony among all people, regardless of background or belief. These public proclamations were revolutionary in their tone and substance. Ashoka's messages emphasized the importance of seeking truth, transcending hatred, and uplifting the welfare of others. He urged his officials to govern fairly, to avoid acts of cruelty, and to treat all subjects with equity and compassion. For Ashoka, Personal transformation led naturally to social change. Over time, Ashoka came to be known not as the conqueror of Kalinga, but as Dharmashoka, the Ashoka who rules through Dharma, or righteousness. His reign became a golden era of peace, moral leadership, and prosperous coexistence. His legacy, immortalized in the Ashoka Chakra, the wheel of law that now adorns India's national flag, continues to inspire hearts and minds across the world. Ashoka's journey from a ruthless emperor consumed by ambition to a wise and compassionate leader is a story for all ages. He teaches us that power need not corrupt, that remorse can give way to renewal, and that the greatest conquest is not of land, but of one's own fear, anger, and ego. His life is a testament to the enduring power of empathy, transformation, and inner peace. Through his example, Ashoka reminds us that true greatness rests not in the pursuit of domination, but in the willingness to change, the courage to act with compassion, and the vision to create a more just and gentle world. His story echoes through history as a beacon of hope, proving that even those who have erred can tread the path of wisdom, healing, and love.